Hey guys, my name is Noob, or you might know me as XPeke after a name change. I'm just doing a quick video to help people improve themselves if they're below level 30 or they finished their placements and they have ended up in bronze. So let me just start off this video by telling you a bit about myself. As I already told you, my name's XPeke after a name change, so I'm no longer Noob. I was Diamond 2 Season 4. And this season I've ended up in Plot 1 and I'm trying to aim for Masters. And my favorite champion is Anivia, with the favorite lane being mid and top. So to start off, I'd like to give you guys a bit more insight on myself. I've been playing League of Legends for 4 or 5 years now. I've done placement matches in Season 1 and ended up in Bronze. This was back when I used to main Ryze and not Anivia. The core item I would build on Ryze was Trinity Force. I thought to myself, if this item gives so many stats and it's this expensive, it's gotta be good, right? You guys can probably tell why I was in bronze. As I played more and more ranked games, I got helpful tips from people around me and I started developing my own tips. And I found that it helped me get out of bronze faster. And I'm doing this video to share them with you guys. So first big and most important one, I believe, is your mindset. Most people think it's about CSing, mechanical skills, or map awareness, but I believe that it is your mindset. Most people in bronze feel like they don't belong in bronze and they should be higher, or they feel like they could be challenger. They might have good mechanical skills, map awareness, or CSing abilities, but if they tilt and become agitated easily, it affects their gameplay. Here are a couple of tips that will help you control your mindset. Is your teammate feeding? Well, you should remember that no one is perfect. Bronze is very imbalanced, as in there are people there that can perform very well, and there are people in there that are not even bronze worthy. But one key thing about bronze is when people tilt, everyone plays like they don't belong in bronze. They perform like they belong in mud. So you should always remember that no one's perfect, people make mistakes. You should learn to let it go, and always remember that people perform better when they're calm and not agitated. The next biggest thing would be CS. CS is free gold that helps you snowball and get items faster. The more CS you have over your lane opponent, the stronger you are when you fight them, theoretically. Here are some tips to help you improve your CSing skills. First is looking at the minions carefully. The general rule of thumb is you'll want to last hit the minions if they're about to die by a minion attack. If you feel that the enemy is too close for you to get the last hit, then you might want to back off, because sometimes it's better to stay alive than to try and get the last hit and end up dying. If you find yourself being pushed by your lane opponent to your turrets, here's 2 handy little tips. One is that melee minions can take 2 turret shots and a champion auto for it to die, and caster minions can take 2 champion autos and a turret shot. So for melee minions, fairly straightforward. You let the tower attack them twice and then you auto hit it and get the gold. Caster minions, you auto hit it, you wait for a turret to hit them, and then you auto attack them for the last hit and getting gold. To practice last hitting, I recommend making a custom game without bots to see how many you can last hit in 10 minutes. The maximum theoretical last hit should be 120. So by 10 minutes you should have 120 minions theoretically. But in bronze or below level 30, 60 or 70 should be your goal without enemy aggression. And if you feel like you've improved and you want to practice with enemy aggression, you can try doing it with Core versus AI intermediate bots or even beginner bots. The next big thing is learning champion or champions. If you see me play Anivia, you might have had 1 or 2 times where you're like, wow, he's really good. Well, that's to be expected when I played Anivia for almost 3,000 games. In order to get better, you want to focus on maining 1 or maximum of 3 champions at a time. Learning champions inside and out will take a very long time, depending on the amount of time you spend. Maining 1 champion is theoretically the fastest way for you to improve or climb the ranks, since the more and more you play your champion, the more you understand about their playstyle, limits, capabilities, as well as their counters. Some people can learn fast, some people can learn slow, but don't worry, because it took me 3,000 games with Anivia to get this good. I'm sure you guys will have better luck in finding your own champions with your own playstyle. Here's something that not a lot of people know how to do, and it's itemizing right. Getting the right items is really important if you want to stay ahead or keep up with your lane enemy. I won't tell you which items to get because every lane, champion, and playstyle require different items. But at certain scenarios I can help you with. If you've been going even with your lane opponent and you feel like you can kill them or you're ahead of them, you can build damage items. When I say damage items, I mean items that will benefit your playstyle and not just expensive items. If you've been going even and you feel like they can kill you or you're behind, you can build tanky items. General rule of getting tanky items is that if you're facing an attack damage opponent, you'll want armor like cloth armor or chain vest. If you're facing an ability power champion, you'll want magic resist like null magic mantle or negatron cloak. By itemizing right, you can either damage your opponent faster or stay alive longer during duels. The last big thing is map awareness. This is something a lot of bronzes have trouble with. Map awareness isn't just looking at the minimap every 10 seconds. It's about knowing where the enemy was and where they could be and where your enemy could go to try and gank. One thing I used to never do in bronze was buy wards. I thought if I could react fast enough, I can dodge the ganks. Or I'm sure they wouldn't gank me. Or even if I place a ward, I'll probably miss whatever happens around it. Now I'm sure a lot of people in bronze also think like this. So here's a question I want to ask. If your lane ends up disappearing from your lane and you forgot to ping that they're missing, where could they have gone? It's true that not a lot of roaming happens in bronze, but what if it were to happen? Wards can prevent ganks and let your teammates know where the enemy could be. Buying wards isn't just for support. Knowing where your lane enemy is your responsibility, and it only costs 75 gold. Believe it or not, a well-placed ward can win games in bronze even if you're behind. With all these tips I've given you, I'm sure you're saying these tips aren't all that different from the usual tips that I hear, and that could be true. But hopefully this video serves you as a reminder to try and improve some aspect of your gameplay before you play more ranked. You won't be able to notice the difference overnight, and as I've said before, it will take time, but you know, practice makes perfect. If you feel that you guys need more help, feel free to send me a message and I'll try my best to help you guys out. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, press the like under the video or subscribe. If you want to learn how to play one of my main champions, feel free to visit my live stream. I'll see you guys next time.